We are the Wistl Family Adventures channel. Follow us on our chaotic and crazy adventures as we navigate life in a new country. Today is Good Friday and Holy Week here in the Philippines, and we spend it walking around an abandoned city. In an abandoned city for the day. That to us as Westerners is quite shocking because So welcome back to the Wistl Family Adventures in an abandoned city for the day. Today is a very, very quiet day, and that is because it is Holy Week and today is Good Friday. So the city feels very, very quiet, a lot quieter than Christmas time. There are a lot of people out and about kind of enjoying their family time. Those that are religious and non-religious are kind of doing their own thing, which is so, so cool. And everybody's just really chill, like the whole city's just gone blah, relax. There's not really much traffic on the roads. There's hardly any cars. It's really, really strange. Oslo's making new friends again. Oh wow, you're making friends. And I seem to have made my own friend as well. Somebody just crept up on beside me. So it's a day of friendship for us. So we're actually in Legazpi Park, and as you can see, for Legazpi Park anyway, it is so incredibly quiet. There are only a very few amount of people out today. There's the Legazpi church just there. It's one of the closest ones to where we live. There's also one, I think, by Century Mall, which is quite a walk away, and there's quite a lot in Poblacion. I always forget how to pronounce that. But yeah, we're just here, and you can just see like the amount of quiet there really is. So one thing we haven't seen yet is people being nailed to a cross. Now, we didn't know that this happened during Holy Week, or whether it's a myth or it's, you know, we're not really sure, but we have been told by quite a few people, and even some of our friends who are Filipino, that actually people voluntarily crucify themselves during Holy Week on the Friday. Now, please let me know if I've got my information correct. That to us as Westerners is quite shocking, and putting nails in your hands and feet just doesn't seem, I don't know, it seems really quite shocking for us anyway, but we haven't seen that yet. We know there are parades, but I'm not sure if they're more kept towards the suburban areas of Makati and other places as well, obviously in the Philippines. So actually, yes, this is in fact true. Some devoted Catholics take Good Friday to the extreme by flogging and crucifying themselves to atone for their sins, and also to pay homage to Jesus Christ's suffering. So crucifixions aside, it looks like a lot of the festivities have either paused or stopped for the day. I don't honestly know the schedule, but there are a lot of people that have all of a sudden just all come out, and they're all in big groups with their families playing sports, relaxing, sitting together, eating. Obviously there aren't really many establishments open to go and have a family meal, which is unlike Christmas. Actually, Christmas, which for us is really strange, everything is still open. So we're the opposite in the UK. At Easter time, nothing closes, but on Christmas Day, everything does. And in the Philippines, Christmas, everything is open. You can go to the mall, you can go out for dinner, you can go shopping. Whereas at Easter on Friday, the whole of the Philippines shuts down for the one day, and sometimes 2 days on the Thursday as well. But for here in Makati, it seems to be just the one day on Friday that's actually everything shut. So Legazpi Park is actually one of the shadiest places in Makati to go to. If you ever want to get outside for some green space but you're worried you're going to get too hot in the sunshine, Legazpi Park is one of the best places to go. Because all the malls are closed today, I think people are resorting to either staying in the shaded areas or they're staying at home, because it's like 37 today. It is very, very warm, and obviously the place where people flock to cool down is the malls, but they're all closed today, so nobody can go. So the best place to find is those shaded areas. It's a cool tree, huh?
Very cool. It's like something from advertising.
Kind of. Or if you've ever watched Tomb Raider, they were the trees that were in the first like Tomb Raider films. Fun film fact for you. You've never seen Tomb Raider, have you?
No, I haven't.
So Legazpi is really nice. I don't think we ever really showcase it enough, but it's always got some interesting sculptures. There's a big one in the middle that's quite popular, but it's got really interesting trees, like all these really kind of almost like Balinese trees. It's also got the ones that are multicolored that look a bit like plastic trees, and they're eucalyptus, which is also super cool. Even the Legazpi market will be closed this weekend, and I assume the Salcedo one will also follow the same sort of structure. A lot of people will be off and not returning for the next at least few more days until Monday. But if you know Makati, it is incredibly famous for how bad the traffic really is. I would like to argue the point that I think BGC traffic is always a lot worse. It's always really difficult to get in and out of the city. I think, and all the traffic going towards BGC for Makati tends to be the worst. So it's really technically BGC's fault. But Makati is known to have some of the worst traffic in Metro Manila, next to EDSA and Mandaluyong. And it's really weird to see how absolutely quiet the roads are. Not 100%, there are still a lot of cars still going through, but it's nowhere near as bad. So we're just walking up next to Greenbelt Mall, which is absolutely dead. This road, if you don't usually know, is usually caked full of traffic, because obviously Greenbelt is one of the first malls of the whole group of malls that are together here at the top end of Ayala Avenue. So, oh, you okay? Right, crisis averted. As I was saying, it's usually really, really busy, this area, because these are where the most famous malls in Makati are, and they're all together. So you've got Glorietta, Greenbelt, SM Makati, and Glorietta 5, and God knows what else. There's probably more, I can't even remember at the moment. It's getting way too hot, but it's so strange to see it almost completely abandoned.
Actually, it's quite nice seeing that most places do shop for Holy Week, because it gives people time to spend with their family.
Yeah.
Unlike when UK, even at Christmas time,
everybody's working.
Everyone still works.
Yeah, there's no one day that everybody gets off nationally, although not everybody here is getting the day off.
No.
Security guards, I think, are the only ones, and medical people and condominium people. There's quite a few that still unfortunately can't take Holy Week off at all.
It's less commercialised, which is nice.
Yeah. So we're just at the top of Greenbelt, where the De La Rosa path converges with the mall, and you can see just how dark and desolate it feels. It's really strange. So you may be able to hear the church and the people singing. There is a church in the middle of Greenbelt Mall, but as you can see behind me, this walkway is one of the main walkways for most people to get in and out of Greenbelt, and it's completely deserted. Yeah! And the De La Rosa path is as equally eerie as the malls, because it is absolutely dead. Usually on the weekends, Makati is extremely quiet, especially up here on the walkway, but it is never like this. So everybody keeps laughing at you, don't they? Because they keep thinking you look like a strawberry. Us Westerners are still trying to get used to this heat. Actually, today hasn't been as bad as we thought it was going to be. We haven't been outside a lot because we just don't want to push our children or ourselves into a dangerous position. We've heard that a lot of Westerners, they come here and they try and push against the heat and then they end up quite unwell with it. So we're taking our time and trying to acclimatise as quickly as possible. But that's why we love the malls and the pool. But today we just got to make do with the overhead pass and walking in some shade. But we are getting a few funny looks. They've had a lot of people laughing at them because of how red their little faces are. So I'm actually really glad we chose not to travel around this time of the month. I think for April, we're definitely just trying to work our way up to getting used to summer heat. And then I'm hoping in May, maybe we'll squeeze in a few travels before the rainy season starts. But we're definitely just trying to slow it right down and just enjoy being here in Manila for the meantime and make some more concrete decisions later on next month and see where we end up. But I'm definitely, yeah, hold on buddy. But I'm definitely glad that we chose not to travel because I think places are going to be really, really busy unless you've got family to stay with or you've booked like way in advance. But first things first, I think the best way to spend Holy Week is together with your families. Hey Kev,
Yo.
heads up.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? I love you. You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feel it.